What's happening? What's going on, everybody? I know I'm 10 minutes late. I apologize. Sorry. You'll have to forgive me with my. I'm getting better with the technology, though, I promise. What's going on, everyone? So, some of this I'm going to have to read off because there's a huge team involved in this. I have to thank everybody at Atlantic Records. I have to thank everybody at Indigood Entertainment. I have to thank our lovely director of social media, Miss Morgan Townsend, who, if you want to know why I was 10 minutes late, it's because I'm not that technologically savvy. I'm getting better, but Morgan was literally having to walk me through this so that I could get to the screen. So, figured it out. Here we are. And so why are we here today? Well, don't give me the business because I'm reading some of this. By the way, I hope everyone's doing well today. So one of the main things that I wanted to let everybody know was, yes, I'm going to read this. What's happening, everybody? Obviously, it's me, Brent from Shinedown here. Very stoked to be hanging with you. Even though I'm reading that, I am actually very stoked to be hanging with you. Tonight's stream is obviously a major support for Direct Relief. And also, you can donate, and you can use the Donate Now button to go to Direct Relief and to donate to Direct Relief. You'll see you'll see the donate button there. Where's it at? I think I see it. It's somewhere. Okay, so I've got a list of things here to talk about. One of the reasons why we wanted to do this also is because I love the fact that 666 people are watching this right now. All right, now it's 670. Anyway, sorry. ADD, you'll have to forgive me. There's obviously a lot going on. There's a lot to talk about. We've been doing a lot on our end in regards to Shinedown. Again, working with everybody on the planet right now, especially once we partnered with Direct Relief and the song Atlas Falls. And why Atlas Falls exists is to have people understand who Direct Relief is. If you've been following us now for about 3.5 weeks, we have partnered with Direct Relief. You can go to shinedown.com and look for the Atlas Falls t-shirt. And when you donate to that link, 100% of the proceeds from buying the shirt go directly to Direct Relief. As a thank you, we created, we basically went into our vault, if you will, of songs and brought out Atlas Falls. So Atlas Falls is a thank you for buying the shirt to give to Direct Relief. If you're just joining me and if some of this is all brand new to you, why we've decided to partner with Direct Relief is because they are an organization that their whole mission is to make sure that the medical and the scientific community, these men and these women that are on the front line during times of crisis, that they have all the resources that they need to save as many lives as possible. The interesting thing about Direct Relief is they've been around since 1948. And once again, they work with all 50 states in the US, but they also work with over 100 countries. And right now, what they are doing is just unbelievably valuable and getting these communities in the medical field and the scientific community the resources that they need. What are the resources? The resources are latex gloves, scrubs, mask, surgical mask, any kind of sanitation that they need while they're in the midst of treating people and trying to get this pandemic under control. Interesting thing about Direct Relief too is that they were handling crisis since the late 40s, and they are continuing to work with, once again, whether it's poverty, a natural disaster, a pandemic, all corners of the earth, Direct Relief is there to support the medical community and do what they need to do to ensure not only people have what they need to take care of each other, but once again, it's about saving lives. So that's a lot of what's been in the media here recently. Why the song is important is that the song Atlas Falls was written 8 years ago during the Amaryllis album cycle when we were writing for that record. I've said this before, that we write a lot of songs when we're making a record. Just because a song doesn't make the album doesn't mean it's a bad song. It just means basically that it wasn't right for that particular album. I always had a love for Atlas. I always thought it was such a strong song because it is a showing of optimism, and it's just a song about the human spirit in a lot of ways. Um, and once again, that's what we need right now is optimism. We need facts. We need to understand what's going on, but we also have to support one another. And I will tell you this right now. I think that human beings, I think we're at our best when I think we're at our best when we need each other. And obviously, right now, there's a lot of people really coming to the fold here, and we're all trying to help each other through this pandemic to get back to life. But we also need to learn from this as well, so that our future is much brighter. Real quick, I want to say this straight up. I know people are going to the grocery store. I know right now that you're having either food delivered or doing curbside and what have you. When you go in the grocery store, if you see people stocking the shelves, the cashiers, all of those people, tell them thank you. Tell them for working. Tell them that you appreciate them being there because they're massively important. The military, every single branch of the military right now, they are working so hard to not only keep everybody safe, but this is a global situation that we're all in, and we're all in this together. So thank the military, thank the police officers, please, the ambulance, the drivers, the EMTs, everybody that are going to calls to try to help people during this process, the front line, the nurses, the doctors, obviously the medical staff and the scientific staff, the technicians that are working on treatments right now, vaccines. You've got an entire world engaged in eradicating this virus. But there's a lot of people involved that are working and helping us do that. So make sure you say thank you to these men and women. It'll mean a lot to them, I promise. So I tell you what, got that kind of going right now. Again, go to the donate button. You can donate right now. You can go to shinedown.com and buy the shirt. You'll receive the song. You can also go to directrelief.org. A lot of why I'm doing this today is to bring up even more awareness about direct relief because they are so important. But if you don't have $50, we totally understand that. But you can go to directrelief.org. You can donate $5. You can donate $10. And if you can't donate anything, you can talk about direct relief, and you can make sure that as many people know about this organization and how valuable they are and how important they are to this cause right now. So that in and of itself is something that you can do, which we very much are appreciative of that. Let's answer some questions. Let's talk about some other stuff. Whoever wants to talk about stuff. By the way, I'm seeing every single thing that you guys and girls are doing right now, all the donations right now. Please hit the donate button. It's a massive help. It doesn't matter what you can donate. Anything will be just fine. And just thank you so much. This is awesome. I'm like seeing everybody donating and going through everything. You guys rule. Thank you. By the way, Morgan just let us know we've only been on here for about 8 minutes or so. We're already at like $1,000 in the donations, and we've only been on here for like 8 minutes. So that kicks mucho booty. I had a couple of these are going so fast. I'm just trying to see if we can look at. Okay, so check it out. Question asked about new music. Obviously, if you've been paying attention to what's been going on, I have spoken about this. Myself and Zach Myers, we are working on the brand new Smith & Myers record. We are hoping for an August of this year release. It is a double album. And also with that, so we've already done 20 songs, 10 covers, songs that you guys and girls picked actually. We looked at all the research when we were looking at the development of what songs you guys wanted us to do. Narrowed them down. No, I will not tell you what covers we picked. You'll have to wait for the record to come out. And we also have written 10 brand new songs that are Smith & Myers songs. So 10 original songs. So we've got 17 of the 20 done. So just giving you an update on that. The Attention film is being edited at this moment in time. It's a long process anyway. One thing with this pandemic is we were able to start working on it, a lot more. But our director, Bill Yukich, he's hustling extremely hard. His creative focus is probably on such a different level at this moment in time. This guy is really going hard in the paint on this project. This is This is a lot of work with a lot of different people, but just so you know, that's in the works right now. We're in the editing phase. We're close to getting it finished, and we're going to let everybody know when that's going to be released. Shinedown 7, which that's been something a lot of people have been asking about. So we've already started some of the preliminary writing to it. Because myself, Zach, and Barry and Eric were in different states right now, we've been trying to do a lot of FaceTime with each other, kind of like, spitballing, throwing ideas back and forth. Once again, I'm just going to reiterate to everybody, thank you so much for the donations. Whatever you can give, please give. I just can't say thank you enough. You guys and girls, you rock. I'm just seeing them. Holy crap. People are donating like $50 right now. We were doing $5, $10 donations. Now it's, oh my gosh. You have to, if I'm a little like starstruck from all this, you guys are such stars, and I'm just looking at these donations coming in, and I'm just, oh my gosh, this is, wow. Thank you guys so much. You have no idea, like this is really overwhelming actually. Oh my gosh. It's intense, like what you guys are doing right now. It means a great deal. Sorry, I'm gonna get myself together here. Sorry, I apologize. Where was I? Oh yeah, Shinedown 7. It's very unique. I'm not gonna call anybody out here, but I thought it was really, really interesting. So the idea of Shinedown 7 was to use the color wheel as a kind of a creative thought process. Like, what do each colors in the color wheel make you feel? How do they make you feel? And because we never really worked with colors per se, and writing a record off of what each individual color in that wheel, in the color wheel, does to you, and how it expresses your emotional outlook on things. The interesting thing is that I thought it was very unique that Lady Gaga, when she announced her new record, that was the exact same thing that she was gonna do. So I gotta give it to her. That's awesome. We are probably not gonna base the record now off of that because she beat us to the punch. But I'm a massive Lady Gaga fan, and I can't wait to hear that new record. So we're super stoked about that. But we have been talking about the new record in regards to what it's going to sound like, what direction we want to go in, and I think a lot of people have different opinions about what kind of Shinedown record that they would like to hear, moving into 2021, because the record for Shinedown 7, we are looking at next year before that will be released. So I guess out of curiosity right now, I am interested in what kind of a Shinedown record would you like us to make? And what I mean by that is, do you want it to be a bit more rock and roll? Do you want to hear more soundscapes? Do you want us to infuse more of a pop sensibility, more of a metal sensibility, more of an old school rock and roll vibe? Do you want us to work off of the idea of new school versus old school? Kind of tell me what you guys are thinking. All of them, metal, from your heart. I love this. This is so super, super rad. I love just seeing all these. This is so cool. By the way, again, the donation button is right there. You guys are just killing it. I mean, wow. So I'm getting a lot of metal, a lot of rock, old school Shinedown, new school. I'm getting a lot of metal, which I like that idea. What else you got going on here? Old school. Metal. A lot of metal. All right. Well, so we're going to take that into account. Something that popped up a minute ago in regards to my baking skills. So, can I bake a German chocolate cake? Well, I'm going to be honest with you guys and girls. I tried to do this last week and I failed miserably. Because I'm in a extended stay hotel room. I am in Ventura County right now. So I do have a stove, I have a microwave, I have a refrigerator. I think I just didn't have the right quote unquote accoutrement when it came to the right pan and some of the sauce stuff that I had to do, or the mixture of like some of the icing and things like that, I failed miserably. I might not have had a good recipe though, also. So I'm gonna try a different recipe this weekend. I did video myself trying to make it last week, and I might release it later on. I'm probably gonna give it to Sanjay to see if he can make it look a little bit better, but who knows? But yeah, I am gonna attempt to make a German chocolate cake. It takes like 6 hours to do it, but I am planning on giving it another go this weekend to see if I can do it. Why a German chocolate cake? Because that's my favorite kind of cake. So that's why. I'm just gonna ask me some questions. Tell me some stuff you want me to do. That sounded bad. Anyway, try Betty Crocker. That's the best way. Box mix. You know what? You're probably right. So there were some people that. Here's some more that came through. By the way, Morgan Townsend, our illustrious leader, if you will, for the digital community and all of our social media, because she is our digital strategist, is trying to help me as much as she possibly can. So she's feeding me a lot of different stuff because there's so many of you guys and girls, and it's overwhelmingly awesome. But I'm just trying to get to everything. Let's see. I'm gonna see what she threw up at me here. What do we got? All right, so a question that got asked more than once was, how do I sing with the rasp that I have in my vocal in the higher register and things like that? And if I could kind of give some people my thought process, or like what I do in order to kind of have that grit in my voice. So the person that taught me how to sing with the grit was Chris Cornell. He didn't, in person teach me, but he was a guy that when I really, really wanted to start hitting high notes and have conviction and what have you, it was kind of a toss-up between, like, Chris Cornell taught me a lot, Axl Rose taught me a lot. I think about it in regards to, the only way I know how to do it is this, because the question is, how do I work on the rasp in my higher registers? So if you think about, if you listen to a song called Outshined by Soundgarden, what I used to do is listen to Outshine because he would sing in the top register in the chorus, but he could sound like really, really laid back, so it kind of sounded like, show me the power, child. I like to say that I'm down on my knees today. So that's pretty laid back and pretty clean. But if he was putting the grit on it, you're singing from your diaphragm. You have to learn when you put the grit on, that's got to kind of come from your throat. So you got to use both elements. So you're going to use your diaphragm to push the power and make sure the notes are there. But you have to kind of like work with your voice and make it a little bit more intense. So if you have a clean version of that would be, show me the power, child. Just pretty simple. But if you put some grit on it, it'll turn into this, show me the power, child. I like to say. So you have to put a little attitude on it. So the grit comes from an attitude, and the grit just comes from practice, learning pitch, listen to the instrumentation, not always fundamentally, writing songs. If you're a songwriter like myself, when I'm writing with Eric and Barry and Zach, we're writing for different keys and different pitches that I can do where my voice sounds the best or the strongest, but we're always looking at different tunings and things like that. But you just have to do it a lot. You have to write a lot of songs and put your voice out there, and you will eventually start figuring things out and figuring out, what how much you can push, how to use your voice with your diaphragm as well. So I hope that helps a little bit. Saw you guys in State College. Your voice is extremely versatile. Thank you. I try to make sure that it is. I just realized I'm like everybody else when we're doing these types of streaming and what have you. It's just we're all up in your all's face like this, like right there. I'm glad that I took a shower earlier. We're always just like right here. I'll give everybody a minute to do a screenshot of this is Brent making sure that he can read all the comments. Sorry. Oh, I love your eyes. I love your eyes. I can't see them, but I'm sure they're lovely. Um, oh, I notice when I don't talk, like all the comments slow down. All right, I need to look at a couple more questions there. I'm trying to get through a few of them. I'll be right with you. Donate. Make sure you guys are hitting the donate button. Again, once again, we're here also in response to Direct Relief and our partnership with them. Once again, amazing organization. So please, if you can, donate right now. You can go to shinedown.com and donate there for the Atlas Falls t-shirt. You can go to directrelief.org and you can donate there as well, and you can hit the donate button right now. And we say thank you very, very much, and you guys are kicking total booty. So thank you for being here, and thank you to Direct Relief. How many week? Okay. So how many workouts do I do a week? So here's the thing about the way that I work out and how I do certain things. I don't necessarily think that you need to take a day off. And why I say that is I got to be really careful with how I present this, because some people will agree, some people won't agree. But so I have to look at it sometimes. There's a thought process in working out, and it's called flow. And flow is the dynamic of you shouldn't be sore the next day after a workout. Not all the time, because that means you've pushed certain muscle groups to their limit through intensity. So what I do is this: I do a lot of circuit training. If you don't know what circuit training is, it's kind of like Tabata. You hit a warm up, so you'll take 10 minutes to warm up all your muscle groups, and that can consist of jogging in place for like 30 seconds, and then doing jumping jacks for 30 seconds, then doing high knees for 30 seconds, then doing mountain climbers, and then doing like Heisman's and stuff like that. You just want to get your blood moving and kind of break a sweat and get all that kind of going. Then what you want to do is, after that 10-minute warm up, you want to give yourself at least a 3 to 4 minute stretch everything out, and then you want to go into the workout. You want to do high intensity with the least amount of rest possible, so that you keep your heart rate up, because when you do that, you're going to consistently keep your heart rate up. So the more intense the workouts are, like if you go, and you don't have to work out for an hour either, by the way. Like if you want to work out for an hour and a half, it depends on the person, if you know what I mean. But the reality of this is, hang on one second, guys. Sorry. Lost my train of thought. You'll have to forgive me. There's a lot going on right now. By the way, it's just a ton of donations. People are just donating left and right. You are so awesome. Thank you so much. Direct Relief thanks you. The healthcare workers thank you. The doctors, the nurses, all the scientific community, all the technicians, they thank you so much for this. Thank you. So yeah, like with the workouts, I do a lot of circuit training, which means muscle confusion too. So I'll do a lot of Tabata, which Tabata is actually really, really good, because once you do your warm up, once you do your stretch, you kind of go into 4 rounds. You pick 5 exercises. You can do them for a minute each, and then you do all 4 exercises at a minute each. You give yourself a 2-minute rest or a minute rest. Then you do the whole circuit over again, and you do that 3 to 4 times. Then you do a cool down, you stretch, and get on with the rest of your day. A lot of times you can do circuit training and get it done in like 30 minutes. You also don't want to do the same workout all the time, over and over and over again. And once again, I'm a firm believer that you don't have to quote unquote take a day off. And what I mean by that is, you don't have to do high intensity 6 days a week, but you could do high intensity 4 days a week, and then take the other 3 days and do yoga or stretch, or maybe you just go for an evening walk that day or that evening, something of that nature. But you should constantly move every single day. I think that they know for a fact now that just 30 minutes of cardiovascular exercise every single day can extend your life by up to a decade, by up to 10 years, because the whole point of your cardiovascular is to get the blood to move, because it's for your heart. Well, your heart's pumping blood to all your other organs, your mind, your brain, your heart, your lungs, your kidneys, your liver, it's all working together. You got to remember your body is if you look at certain medical books and like look at the human anatomy, really, in all honesty, the human body is a masterpiece in a lot of ways. And we're very, very resilient. But yeah, you should also educate yourself with what kind of training is going to be right for you. Don't get stagnant. Don't get complacent in one style of training either. I think that you should work on strength training. You should work on mobility. You should work on cardiovascular. But don't just, stick to one thing all the time. Change it up. Use the muscle confusion, because when you confuse the muscle, it doesn't know what it doesn't know what you're gonna throw at it next, and it allows you to get shredded a lot quicker, and just gives you a better attitude. People ask me why I'm so focused on fitness and why the workouts are so important. It's because that's my once again, going to the blood flow. It helps me focus. It helps me stabilize. It also helps me kind of ground myself. I'm a huge fan of Dwayne Johnson, which a lot of people know him as The Rock from when he was a wrestler. But he has a really, really great saying, which is you got to find your anchor. And what that means is you have to find the thing that grounds you during the day so that you can focus on your life and what you got to get done. But you have to have a mental meditation every day for yourself. So you got to find that anchor. For him, obviously, it's working out. For me, it's kind of the same thing as well. The workouts really just keep me focused and push me into my day, but allow me to make educated decisions. It also helps with my stress level. It helps with my panic and sometimes the anxiety levels that I have, because I might act like I'm calm, cool, and collected for the most part, but I get nervous just like anybody does. And the exercise helps me, stay focused and clear-headed. All right, what else we got? Once again, I'm like all back up in here. Tattoo stories? Not yet. I'll get to the tattoo stories in a minute. So the Deep Dive Tour and the festivals that we're headlining that were supposed to be in April and May, obviously they have been changed to August and September. I believe the very, very first show is set for July 31st in Ontario, Canada. And then we'll be moving into August and September. So to everybody out there right now, as far as we are concerned, and looking at all the safety guidelines and looking at what we have to see ahead of us right now, because it's very important. All the data, all the information now is going to be a huge part of being able to safely and responsibly go back into being around one another again and entering back into life. We are 100% prepared and ready to play for all of you. And as long as the governors in those individual states will allow us to play, because it is, we know that we're going to be able to make sure that everyone's safety is accounted for and that we understand why we're doing it and that we can do it safely, we are going to play these shows. As of right now, our rescheduled tour dates, everything that's in August and September, with the first show being July 31st in Ontario, everything is on schedule. And as of right now, we are planning to play all of those shows. So just letting everybody know, those dates couldn't get here fast enough, to be honest with me. My girl Katie Lane just straight up said, I'm doing great. And Katie Lane works with all of our touring in regards to Indigoot. She is absolutely awesome. She works with our booking agent, Ronald Pileski from William Morris here in the United States and in Canada. She also works with John Jackson for all our international touring. Katie, I absolutely love you and miss you, my dear, but she is responsible she's doing all the hard work, ladies and gentlemen, in regards to our management and who she works with Atlantic Records as well, to make sure that our touring is laid out. And she's just awesome, but she works with us on a daily basis. When we're doing these massive tours, she's one of the key people that we lean on to make sure our tours are the best that they can be. So it's very sweet that she said, what's up? I miss you too, young lady. All right. That's another thing I wanted to just give everybody an acknowledgement of as well. There is a lot of people that makes Shinedown who it is and who we are and how it runs. To everybody at Atlantic Records and the Warner Music Group, there are so many people, so many people involved in not only what we do in America, but what we do internationally as well. Everybody at Indigoot and McGathy Promotions, there's just a huge family that goes into all of this. Our publicist, Carla at Press here, who's in New York City, who is just hustling like nobody's business right now and really getting our message out there, not only for Shinedown, but what we're doing right now with Direct Relief and what we're doing with Atlas Falls. I want to thank all the radio stations that are supporting Atlas Falls, because the DSPs can't have Atlas right now. What I mean by DSPs is, some of the streaming services, we're just not allowing that to happen right now. I know some of you have asked, like, hey, why when it gets uploaded to YouTube does it get pulled down? And the reason why we are doing that is because the whole reason that Atlas Falls exists in the first place is to bring awareness to Direct Relief. So, once again, going to shinedown.com and buying the t-shirt for Atlas, 100% of those proceeds are going to Direct Relief. And as a thank you, you have a download of Atlas Falls. But when radio, satellite radio and terrestrial radio decided to start playing the song because they wanted to bring awareness to what we were doing in regards to bringing awareness to Direct Relief, we did, collectively talk as a band, as, with our management, with our label, that we would like to give the song to radio as long as they would be willing to talk about why the song exists in the first place. So we want to thank all of radio, satellite radio as well, because they're really spreading the word of not only Atlas Falls and Shinedown, but the priority, which is to really express why Direct Relief is so important right now. So I want to thank you, say thank you to all the radio stations all over the U.S. and Canada and abroad, because there's a lot of international that's starting to pick up on it as well. And once again, helping organizations like Direct Relief is really the very first step in this to getting us all back to being with each other, but also understanding that the people that need that help right now is the medical community, is the scientific community, the people that are on the ground, making sure that they have the resources that they need so that they can save as many lives as possible. So that's really where this all comes from. Again, right here, you can go down to donate. If you can donate right now, please do. If you want to go to directrelief.org, you can go there as well and donate. And I know I'm rambling because I do that from time to time. All right, give me some other questions. Give me something out of nowhere. Give me something out of left field. I'm cheating. Check it out too. I forgot about this. I did not forget about this. This is awesome. It came out this morning, but I want to make sure that everybody knows about this. Elvis Duran, who is doing a show this Friday, asked a lot of different stars. Asked a lot of different musicians if they would do a quarantine song for his show that he's doing this Friday, Elvis Duran. And we were able to do, myself and Zach, we were able to do the song Get Up, and it'll be featured on Elvis Duran's show coming up this Friday. We want to give a very, very personal thank you to Elvis Duran for letting us be a part of it. And, because he's such a huge DJ and a personality, and he's just awesome. So the fact that we were able to be a part of this for his show on Friday, we're very humbled by that. So make sure everybody checks out Elvis Duran's show this coming up Friday. A bunch of names, bunch of artists. It's going to be super, super fun. Let me just make sure I have all of the information on that, because I don't want to mess that up. Obviously, there's a lot going on right now, so I just want to make sure that we got everything together here. You can keep asking me some more questions, though. Get Up is the best song. Well, thank you very much. It's all right. Am I still learning some Spanish? I'm trying. I'm definitely trying. What's up? What's up, Johnny? What's happening, handsome? I love you, man. It's good to see you, brother. Johnny from Nothing More saying what's up. That's my boy right there. Hey, by the way, go check out everything that Nothing More is doing. Go and support them, stream their music, buy their records, buy their vinyl. They're one of my favorite bands in the entire world. They are doing so much to help the cause. Also with Direct Relief, we were just on. We did a thing a week or so ago where I was on their page on Facebook, and I think it was Facebook. Johnny, I'm butchering this probably, but we were out there and we did it. We were just catching up with each other. Go support Nothing More. Go support everything that they do because they're just absolutely extraordinary. I love you, handsome. It's good to see you, my man. So I'm getting back to this real quick. I needed to make sure that So Elvis Duran, 8 p.m. Eastern on Elvis Duran's morning show YouTube page. And that's going to be Friday of this week. So go to Elvis Duran's morning show YouTube page, 8 p.m. East Coast this Friday for his amazing show that he's put together. And it's going to be awesome. Elvis Duran Stay at Home Ball live this Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Once again, tune in to Elvis Duran's show YouTube page. So there you go. I know I'm back up in your all's grill because I'm reading everything. I love the fact. See, y'all can't see what. See, check it out. See, like right here, Morgan is making sure that I somewhat know what I'm doing right now. But she's so like savvy. She's sending me all kinds of like crazy animation and all this stuff that she does. So, oh my gosh. Anyway, she rocks. People have asked, what are the guys doing? Eric is working on music right now for a project that he's got a comic book and this whole amazing story. I've had the pleasure of being able to hear some of this. I cannot wait for people to hear when this comes out. That he's been working on for a very, very long time. He doesn't know exactly when it's going to come out just yet. He's putting the finishing touches on it, but oh my gosh, you guys are going to be blown away when you hear what he has created. It is so, so awesome. And anybody that's into, comics and Star Wars and sci-fi and all those types of things, it's just incredible. He's been working on this for probably a year and a half, and he's been working on that. Obviously, we're getting ready to start working on Shinedown 7, and we got a lot of other things going on. But he's working on a lot of stuff right now. Zach is also he's in Memphis right now, and Zach's hanging out with his boys, man. His two little ones and his lovely wife Bethany, and they're trying to take advantage of the quarantine to really be with one another. Because look, we do travel a lot in Shinedown. We're on average on tour yearly, 280 days out of the year. But he's working on a bunch of different projects. Definitely check out what he's doing online. Obviously, I'm in communication with him all the time. We've got stuff coming out in the future. But Zach's got a lot of stuff that he's doing right now with different organizations as well. And really trying to get back to the community with everything that's going on right now. But he's doing awesome. We're working on a lot of new stuff and, just trying to be really focused on being creative and really pushing the envelope. Barry Kirch. What is Barry doing? What is Barry not doing is really the question. Our illustrious drummer, as we say, our He-Man reference, man in arms, if you will, is once again enjoying his time being with his beautiful wife Lori, and his daughter Stella. And they're just being a family right now. Obviously, we're in communication. He's working on, oddly enough, he's doing some drum recording in Jacksonville and sending it to Eric, helping Eric out on his project. Eric and his lovely wife Kelly, they're in Charleston, South Carolina right now, working on, they have a brand new house in a brand new area. He's building a studio. So Eric and Barry have been talking back and forth, and so Barry's been helping Eric with a lot of drum stuff with his new project as well. So he's in the middle of that. Barry's also taken the initiative of taking this time also to do a lot of house projects that he hadn't been able to do in the last couple of years. So I mean, ultimately, Barry's the pirate. You know, but he's being the man of the house, taking care of his two girls, and but everyone's well, by the way. And some people had asked me about my son. My son is doing very, very well, so thank you so much for asking about him. I will let him know that you all say hi. All right, what else we got here? Once again, direct relief. While we're on here also, thank you all so much. That donate button, hit it, smash it, as the kids say. Subscribe to the channel as well, our Shinedown channel. But yes, please. I feel a little silly saying smash that link. Is that weird? Smash? Or is that okay now to say? Instead of like, hey, push the donate button. You cool kids are gonna have to tell me if it's cool that I say smash that button. It's cool that I say, okay, so smash the donate button. I was told that I could say that. Poke it. Somebody said poke it. Let's not, you know what? Let's smash it. Poke it. Poke it, smash it. Anyway, this is going down a really, really strange. Let's get it back on track here. Sorry. Do you remember? I can't read that fast. Pick 25 cards or come to Mexico. I have no idea where that came from. Punch it. Punch the button. Just punch it like that. Favorite Shinedown song to sing acoustic. They kind of, the interesting thing is a lot of the Shinedown material, it starts on an acoustic guitar. Even some of the heaviest stuff starts initially with a melody. It starts with a melody first and kind of an idea of a riff or what have you. And then the lyrical side of things will come after that. But just overall, now some songs may be better on acoustic than they are all plugged in with all the bells and whistles and all the layers, but we can pretty much do every Shinedown song on an acoustic guitar in some fashion, in some way. I have to be honest though, over the last year and a half, definitely Get Up. It's just one of those songs that you hit a couple of chords and people know what it is, but also Second Chance is always an amazing song. Because the crowd just sings it louder than I can. That's just been a huge song for a lot of people over the years, so it comes across really well in regards to, just an acoustic environment. But if I had to say my favorite song to do acoustic, it would hands down be Sound of Madness. I know Sound of Madness is a heavier song, but there's something unique that happens when we play it acoustic. It's just always gives me, I got them right now, always gives me goosebumps just even thinking about it. A lot of that has to do with the audience though, because all of you guys and girls that have supported us over the years, you're the whole reason why we have a career in the first place. We've always said this because it's true. We only have one boss, and it's every single one of you. Only one boss, but the audience, it just happens to be all of you. So I was talking about this earlier today as well. I don't know when the last time I actually was able to tell all of you, and I speak for Barry and Zach and Eric, and all of us in Shinedown, all of us with our management, our record label, all the people behind the scenes, and especially our crew. Our crew right now, where we are in a holding pattern in regards to live music and live events, part of something that we're trying to make sure on every level is that when we do return to being able to put on live shows and get back to entertaining you, which is what we love to do, we also at this moment in time are really, really focused on our crew and a lot of the crew members around the world in different outfits, because these men and women that put these shows up day in and day out, we would be nothing without them. And from our crew and the band and everybody in Shinedown to the public, we just want to say thank you so much for allowing us to be ourselves and to be who we are. We do we do our best to let you guys and girls be your best and be yourselves as well. It's why it's very emotional, right now during this time, because there's so many people that are affected by this. But I will tell you this: the ultimate goal here is, do not under any circumstances give up. Do not under any circumstances lay down, and do not under any circumstances allow what is transpiring right now to define you, because that's not what this is. We are strong. We are here for each other, and we will get through this, and we're going to get to the other side. I think we have to be responsible. We need to educate ourselves. We need to learn from this so that we can have a much more brighter future together, and that we can be with each other again. But I think sometimes we forget to tell you, the audience, thank you. Thank you for just allowing us once again to be who we are. You've entrusted us by giving us a platform to speak on your behalf in a lot of instances. And one of the reasons that we feel that we can do that is because we always try to make sure that we talk to you. Every city that we're in, every country that we're in, when you come up and you meet us and we have the pleasure of meeting you, we want to know how you feel. We want to know your opinions. We want to talk to you. We're engaged by being with you because you're the whole reason why we exist in the first place. So on behalf of, myself, the guys in the band, and our entire crew, just thank you so much for allowing us to do what we do, and we wouldn't want to do it for anybody else. And we love you all so very much. I know I need to start kind of wrapping this up because I had a time limit on this. Again, if I may, once again, thank you so much for being here with me today. And I just want to let everybody know Atlas Falls is out in public. In regards to radio stations are playing it, and go to shinedown.com. The whole reason Atlas Falls exists, ladies and gentlemen, is because we want people to know about direct relief. One more thing though, we've not even been on this for 45 minutes and you've already raised almost $6,000 just by punching, smashing, poking that donate button. So keep going while we're still on here. Go for it. Because that's amazing. Thank you so much. I kind of lost my train of thought. Sorry, because I'm just looking at that number and the amount of time. And you guys and girls are just so awesome. Thank you. But I wanted to leave you with this. Not that, I'm going to be gone for very long. I'm going to be right back up there with you. People wanted to know why a song 8 years ago was brought to the forefront 8 years later in this time. Atlas Falls was written during the Amaryllis cycle when we were writing that record. And I remember that the whole song came from the idea, if you know anything about Greek mythology, Atlas is the god of endurance. And Atlas, being kind of young and, not necessarily, he was, he's like a teenager basically, if you have to put it in some kind of relative term. But Atlas was the god of endurance, and he picked a fight with the Titans and he lost. And so Zeus, essentially his father, said, look, you lost. We're going to need to, you're going to have to learn from this. So what Zeus was and what Zeus did is he put the world on top of Atlas's shoulders and carrying the weight of the world. The question was that if Atlas was to fall, who would help Atlas? And we have to help Atlas, and we have to help each other. And once again, the statement in that song, especially going into the second chorus of that song, into the bridge, the dynamic and the lyric in the bridge of that song is, keep moving forward now, keep your head above the clouds. I'm right with you, and I'll lift you. Just hold on. And I know holding on is something that a lot of people are saying right now, but sometimes you have to hold on to hope, but you also have to take that energy and that willingness to survive and that willingness to help each other, all of us together. And there's nothing that we can't achieve, and there's nothing that we can't accomplish. This is a moment in time. This is historic what is happening right now. And it is a definition of how strong the human spirit truly, truly is. Once again, I do believe that human beings, we are at our best when we need one another, and we need each other right now more than ever. We are going to move forward. We are going to get to the other side. We are going to be with each other again. But, once again, I want everybody to know how much I love you, how much I respect you, how much you mean to me, the band, and the entire world. By donating, by showing your support, by being positive and being encouraging to each other. You make me smile and you give me hope on so many different levels. Thank you guys and girls so much for being a part of this today. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much. Again, thank you for your donations. I think we're getting ready to reach over 6,000 just in under 50 minutes here. Thank you all so much. Go to shinedown.com. Go to the link for Atlas Falls for the t-shirt. Buy the shirt and support Direct Relief. 100% of the proceeds of that shirt money goes to Direct Relief. As a thank you, you will be given a download of Atlas Falls. We say thank you. Please, if you can, go to directrelief.org. You can donate there as well. And to everybody here today that donated, I say thank you so very, very much. And we look forward to seeing you very, very soon. One last thing I'll say, it's never goodbye. It's just till next time. I love you all so much. Thank you. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.